Hello and a very good evening to you. Welcome to this edition of Primetime News at 9, coming to you live on MTV Sports and Shakti TV from our Newsfirst Center here in Colombo. I'm Shahin Jirangpati.
And I'm Ratnasekara. Let's start off with a look at your headlines for tonight.
Headlines on Newsfirst at 9.
Supplier of the food items which caused food poisoning to over 350 persons in Horona arrested. OIC who was arrested for possessing heroin suspended. Chairman of the Homagama Pradesh Sabha whose budget was defeated returns to the Pradesh Sabha. Demonstration staged in protest against the transfer of the Kaduvela Divisional Secretariat.
Newsfirst at 9.
And now the topic of whether the Grade 5 scholarship examination would be abolished or not is a topic that is being keenly debated.
Newsfirst Katharina Chang reports.
I'm standing right opposite the Minister of Education of Sri Lanka. Now we at Newsfirst have been highlighting the issues surrounding the Grade 5 scholarship examination. What will be the issues surrounding the examination if it is abolished in 2016?
The scholarship exam should be held. Most of the children in village schools do not have facilities. They have a great chance of entering a good school through this exam. We don't like the existing system. Abolishing the scholarship examination is not a good idea.
CWW Kannangara introduced a scholarship examination as a means for poor children to move up the social ladder. On one hand, they have taken away the chance that was given to children in the villages. However, on the other hand, it is good that this was abolished.
The scholarship exam is a good concept because intelligent children can study well and gain admission to better schools for their higher education.
The children need the scholarship exam, else they won't have any motivation. There won't be any competitiveness. For districts such as Polonnaruwa, this is a great injustice.
I believe that this is unfair for the people in rural areas because the marks of this exam matter when seeking entrance to a national school.
We at Newsfirst will closely monitor the development and the future of the Grade 5 scholarship examination. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Katharina Chang.
Meanwhile, Chief Organizer of the Colonnawa electorate of the Democratic Party, Susil Kindilpitia, says that the objective of abolishing the Grade 5 scholarship examination was to ensure that politicians would be able to enter children that they want into popular schools. An event was held in the Colonnawa area yesterday under the auspices of Susil Kindilpitia to distribute books among school students. We are aware of the present situation in the country. The parents are not capable of handling the burden of their children's education. The intellectuals of the country, the university teachers, the teachers' unions are all requesting the government to allocate 6% of the GDP for education. They are attempting to abolish the Grade 5 scholarship examination. They are trying to establish a large number of popular schools in the country. This cannot be done in just 2 days. They are attempting to abolish the Grade 5 scholarship examination so that those preferred by the politicians can be enrolled into popular schools.
And now the former chairman of the Homagama Pradesh Sabha, whose budget was defeated recently, arrived at the Pradesh Sabha today.
However, at the time of his arrival, the chambers were sealed shut.
The 2014 budget of the Homagama Pradesh Sabha was defeated for the second time recently. Former chairman A.D. Kumarasiri arrived at the Pradesh Sabha this morning. However, the official chamber of the chairman was sealed. Subsequently, the former chairman made inquiries from the secretary of the Pradesh Sabha.
A letter was sent to my residence this morning. It reads that in accordance with the local government ordinance, the Elections Commissioner will inform me on the future course of action. After the Commissioner makes the decision, I will leave. I cannot leave just because someone says so. If so, there is an issue with the ordinance. No one has told me not to come to work. I will go to the Supreme Courts with this.
The police media spokesperson said that the former chairman has filed a complaint with the Homagama police, citing it is illegal to seal his office as he remains the chairman of the Pradesh Sabha till the Elections Commissioner officially informs him that he has been replaced. Deputy Chairman of the Pradesh Sabha, Indika Korelage, arrived at the Pradesh Sabha to assume duties as the acting chairman shortly after the former chairman left the premises. He noted that he is obligated to function as the acting chairman until a new chairman is appointed to the vacant post in accordance with the law. However, the deputy chairman too could not enter the official chamber of the chairman. He too made inquiries from the secretary of the Pradesh Sabha. Western Province Local Government Commissioner Chandrani Samarakon said that as the budget of the Homagama Pradesh Sabha was defeated on 2 occasions, the post of chairman will be void, adding that she ordered the chambers of the Homagama Pradesh Sabha to be sealed. 239,643 persons reside in 81 Gram Seva divisions in Homagama. Homagama is bordered by the Kalani River in the north, the Kalutara district to the south, the Hangwala and Paduka divisional secretaries to the east, and the Kaduwela, Maharagama and Kasbaba divisional secretaries to the west. Homagama is also home to around 46 small and medium-scale industries.
Garbage was not collected over the past 2 days. Stray dogs are making a mess of the garbage that is kept on the road. There are no lights on the road. They need to look into the leadership. We are taxpayers. We need a proper service.
What happens is, this has been an opportunity for those who are seeking power for themselves to creep in through this vacuum and accept office. So these are deficiencies that we find in the legislation, because some of these things have not been done mindfully as to the kind of situations that arise, out of which politicians make that an opportunity to enhance their political power in the provinces.
The chairman of the Madhuragiri Pradesh Sabha, Anandasri Dharmasena, failed to present the budget for the second round vote yesterday, arrived at the Pradesh Sabha this morning. Only one ruling party member allied to the chairman was present at the Pradesh Sabha.
I made a statement that the Pradesh Sabha will convene on the 31st, but I did not officially inform anyone in writing. If I had signed and sent such a letter, I will resign from my post tomorrow.
The second round of voting for the Madhuragiri was scheduled to take place on the 31st. However, chairman of the Pradesh Sabha failed to appear at the Pradesh Sabha even after midnight. The second round of voting for the 2014 budget of the Uhana Pradesh Sabha was scheduled to take place today. However, the chairman of the Pradesh Sabha abruptly decided to postpone the proceedings of the Pradesh Sabha until the 31st of this month.
They are fighting over there. They only think of themselves. We do not see them working for the betterment of the country.
You're watching News at 9, and up next is Action TV.
It is believed that Gongale Godabanda, who was a prominent figure in the struggle against colonial rule, hails from Palyagoda. Thereby, the Nuge Road in Palyagoda was renamed as the Gongale Godabanda Rajamawata. On the 29th of November 2012, Action TV reported on the manner the road was being maintained by the very persons who renamed the road, neglecting the importance of the colonial era hero and the people's right to breathe. Action TV raised the issue that garbage is being disposed on either side of the road, obstructing persons from reaching a service point attached to the industrial sector and also leaving no way for floodwaters to recede, and that this was the result of a tender procedure followed by the Palyagoda Urban Council relating to garbage disposal. The tender to dispose garbage that is collected in the Palyagoda city limits, which is granted to a certain individual, allows him to use either side of the road as temporary holding points until the garbage is being transported to its final destination. 3 days after the Action TV expose, Minister of Public Administration Mervyn Silva arrived at the location to look into the matter, not because this matter falls under his ministerial duty, but maybe because he was the organizer for the electorate back then.
I am thankful to the citizen media. This is an example to other institutions as well. A solution to this issue will be provided and it will be handled by the Deputy Mayor. The garbage should be moved from this location immediately, or until it is done, the whole lot of garbage must be covered by a cloth. There should be no stench and it should not be visible.
However, as steps are taken to move the garbage from the location under the supervision of the Deputy Mayor, the Minister's interim solution proved to be unnecessary. Despite this, on the 7th of February 2013, Action TV once again highlighted that garbage is being disposed at the location and that the interim solution provided by the Minister was not being implemented at all. Action TV also reported that the responsibility vested with the Deputy Mayor by the Minister is being carried out by a separate group. At present, Rajamawata can be described as the most malodorous area in Palyagoda, in a backdrop where the Deputy Mayor of Palyagoda, who was instructed to implement the solution by the Minister 14 months ago, is now serving as the Mayor of Palyagoda. The new Mayor was able to overcome a big challenge within 4 days with the support of the former Mayor and all the other members of the Council. That was to pass the budget for the Council. In comparison to the budget, the issue of garbage disposal, something that can be dealt with much less effort. Chairman of the Palyagoda Urban Council, this is over to you.
Also making headlines this evening, a protest was held in Mala Bay charging that the Divisional Secretary of Kaduvela has been transferred in contravention to the policies of the government. The protest began this morning opposite the Kaduvela Divisional Secretariat. Members of the Divisional Secretariat, Grama Seva officers, Samurdhi officers, members of the Kaduvela Municipal Council as well as area residents took part in the protest. The protesters charged that the Divisional Secretariat had been transferred based on the needs of a minister. The group engaged in a protest march up to the Mala Bay bus stand. We express our protest against the transfer of government servants by arrogant politicians who came to Kaduvela from elsewhere. This was done by Vimal Veeravangsa because she failed to issue an invitation with his name on it. She had 3 or 4 more years before she was scheduled to be transferred. We call on the officials to allow her to carry on with her work in this position. We came here devoid of party differences. An economic assassin was once again given the opportunity to handle the economy of the country. Deal with him first before taking steps to replace a divisional secretary who has not committed any wrong. As the chairman of the Kaduvela District Development Committee, I have the right and I have a duty to inform the relevant authorities as to which public servants are suitable and which public servants are unsuitable. We praise some while we report about the shortcomings of some. Based on this, the authorities take their decision. We don't have any power to interfere with that. The provincial council polls are coming up. Everyone knows that people put their sons to contest in these elections. These sons stage various events to capture the attention of the public. This is merely one of them. A letter signed by the Additional Secretary of the Ministry of Public Administration and Home Affairs was sent to the Kaduvela Divisional Secretary MSP Surya Peruma on the 30th of December. The letter notes that she has been assigned to the Maharagama Divisional Secretariat with immediate effect. There is no political pressure. The decisions are being reached by the ministry. Divisional secretaries need to maintain a balance between the people and the politicians. We enforce transfers in places where this cannot be achieved. We need to inform the public that this decision was taken based on a service need following consultations with the district secretariat.